Sometimes art is prophetic, and sometimes I don't know how to offset it. The words too authentic to constantly do what I do and augment it. Y'all talk a big game, can't tell if y'all meant it. As seconds turns to minutes, the ticking will tell all. Will you hold firm or steadily fall? Will you conform with the ways of the world, or will you give the world everything that you are? Make them fuckers move around you, kinda like sound do. Break out of everything that they had you bound to. You got knocked down, ho, get ready for round two. It's round two. Get ready for round two. Come back, run rap, run laps around these cats, jump back, kiss myself, still keeping me intact. Weird and black, they for that, hold up, steer it back. Weird and black, they revere that, yup, you hear that?
Turnstile, switch it up. Young nigga raised hard and learned not to give a fuck. Young nigga came far, still never give enough. Coming with the flavor, delicious, so she lick it up. Bust down, stick it up, I put it down, so pick it up. Scud town, saviors, done some till he shift to musk. Stench so stank that the shit compare soft to us. Crud so dank, make your face much dripping, cuz club go shake when the bass get to hitting ya. They ain't really hearing us, but they gon' feel something when the way is paved clear enough. I don't fear nothing but the fate is God really not. Well, fuck it, got the world in my hands and that's real enough. Fuck it, got the world in my hands, gold forms to touch. Might just spend it all one time to give it all to us. Yeah, give it all to us.
Yeah, this that hip hop body rock, hardcore karate chop, neo-Nazi nasty, not feel it in my chest. How could you wear that name? Must be automatic shame. He's an automatic lame, heard it from the best. Fresh flow, let's go. Plus I got a lot of heart. It's necessary when you dabble in this art. Grab canvas, paint picture, use them acrylics, paint a picture so vivid the people gotta feel it like the Kaaba. Lyrics bear fruit like guava, words spilling out of my brain like lava. Spills out the top of a volcano, and they know that A-Right is not the one to play. No, I'm Kano in Mortal Kombat, cause the lyrics like blades. Aim it at your juggler when I'm on stage. Until you heard me spit, homie, you ain't heard rage. On another chapter, so turn a turn. Okay, got that out my system. A-Right on another planet, dog, you must have missed them. When I do it, how I do it's of my own volition. Go make my destination even in the worst condition. My crew's the Blues Brothers, cause you know we on a mission. Eternity of roses, I make bumping in your system. I mean, banging in it, I'm still hanging in it. I got a gang of wisdom, I got a gang of rhythms. I got a lot of soul, I found the pot of gold. I'm wrapping that shit up, gon' sell it to the globe. I got some game to give them, they don't really want, but they really need it. And I want you to succeed, I want you to be free. I want you to remove every obstacle from being what you truly wanna be. I truly wanna see, and I can only lead by example. So here's a sample for me, so get up.
the one drinking beer. I'm drinking water.
2 touchdowns a game?
Yes, in the game. You're tripping. How you high? No, it is Super Bowl time.
I don't know what we're doing in the front office, man.
Twiddling our fucking dick.
Ryan, I just need you to drink this.
Wide receiver trivia. That's what she said.
Her.
What the fuck?
Her upset.
Are those crutches?
You can see Ryan's crutches.
What is going on, folks? Welcome back to After Further Review, episode 130. I'm going to keep my hands to myself. I'm your co-host, Jalen Brown.
I remember one that got Evan Sana on screen. But on my other one, I'm Shaquille Brown.
I'm over here just trying to make sure that Jalen don't spill no more rum. But anyways, yes, I am Malin, another co-host on this show. Like it or not, I'm still here, bitches.
And I'm your other great co-host from Colombia, Nestor. Okay.
Just dripping.
Can we take these shots now? Because
Yeah, let's do it.
Can't
Because
spill.
you already spilled half of yours. It seems like. Can you pick this up?
Every week, that's always a question. Can I pick up my shot glass?
It's like an Olympic sport with him.
Can I walk?
You
to-
better
Come
Guess
through.
what I'm doing this week, guys?
Water.
doers.
Yeah.
No, I changed it
Oh.
up a little bit.
Doers light.
We don't see, oh, he got the Glenfiddich.
Oh.
I didn't know they
Promise,
sold Glenfiddich.
I'm not gonna make
in
an old
Colombia.
fashioned with it.
You know, that's the trick.
I did not know that Glenfiddich made it all the way down to Columbia. I didn't know there was a market for it down there.
Yeah,
There's a few things that make it all the way down to Columbia.
Yeah, that's their loan.
Dental assistants, guys, they got some taste. Got some taste.
The finer things over there.
Well, we got the plantation rum. And oddly enough, we were just talking about
I was
slavery.
about to say,
We're not going to get into it.
I don't know if we can say that
On
to
the
the conversation we had.
And that is why they're in the process of changing their name.
Are they really?
Canceled.
Oh man, it's good though. Why change it?
Exactly. All the good things come off the plantation.
Oh, jeez.
Use your imagination from there, people.
Somebody show
a
us
sports
the way
show?
it is.
I'm not
It's a
saying
sports
shit.
show. I swear we do talk about the NBA and NFL
Sometimes.
exclusively.
Sometimes some golf.
Yes, some golf. We
Got some of that hockey going on. Not really. We don't really talk about hockey.
I don't think we ever.
But the Kraken are about to make the playoffs in their second year, though.
Shit.
Damn
Look
right.
at that, folks.
And that's your hockey in 5 seconds.
Right.
After further review.
If you want these hot takes in just an audio version, click the first link down in your YouTube description below. Be taken to Spotify or Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts at, and you can just listen to the show there. If you want to watch us live, just do the same thing in reverse, and you can watch us 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Wednesday night here on YouTube. So click that first link down in your podcast description, hit subscribe, like the video that you're watching, because this is the greatest podcast on earth. So a like and subscribe goes a long way. Yeah, I guess with that being said, we will actually get into the first topic of the week. We have the NBA regular season coming to a close basically at the end of this week. Playing starts next Tuesday. So the NBA, of course, does their strange play-in tournament where I swear every year it kind of changes up just a little bit. But yeah, we're going to predict who is going to be in the play-in situation, which I think in the East it's pretty much set. West is pretty much up in the air at that
A little
point.
murky.
Right.
We'll get a little bit more definitive after the Lakers and
Yes.
Clippers
Yes.
go.
Yeah, so we will we'll start in the East. Again, we'll kind of predict who's going to be in the play-in situation, and then who we think is going to make that 7 and 8 seed once all is said and done. So, yeah. So first off, we'll start with like Miami right now is the 7 seed. I know that much. The 8 seed I want to say is Toronto or Atlanta.
It's Atlanta.
Atlanta,
and then Toronto
Toronto's
and
9.
Chicago.
Okay. I'm not sure how much they can jump each other at this point, but anyway, where do you guys think they're going to finish? Shaq, do you want to start first?
I would like to only say that, of course, I'm gonna pick Miami to come back out and still get that little 7th spot in when they can. And I don't know, like you said, I don't know how much they can shuffle through, but I want Chicago to go through. I feel like a little bit of me wants them to see them go through and take another spot, get that playoff spot. I feel like I would much rather see Chicago come through and play than Toronto and the other teams to come through. That's just me personally. But
So you want Miami and Chicago?
yes.
Okay.
Interesting. Nestor?
Honestly, not a big fan of Atlanta, although they look way better than Chicago in my opinion. Recently, not as much. Like difference is not that big, but I think Chicago has been playing really good ball. Honestly, they have their moments. If you look at their past games, like I don't know, they just shine when they decided to like show up. They look good. So yeah, Miami, of course. I would have loved to see Miami take the Nets spot, but it's not gonna happen. I don't really feel that's gonna happen. So yeah, Miami and Chicago.
I am going to go with Miami and Toronto, actually. I think Atlanta and Chicago are both very inconsistent, and I just don't quite see them beating Miami is, in my opinion, clearly the best team out of all 4 of these, so they're kind of a shoe-in.
Really?
I would like to think so.
Okay.
I'll give them that. But Toronto, as of late, they have been playing a lot better, and I think more consistent plays come from them compared to Atlanta and Chicago. So yeah, I'm gonna say Miami and Toronto end up making it. Sorry to the Hawks and the Bulls. Watching the Hawks play basketball is like having your teeth pulled. So, which for some people is a great thing, depending on who you may be. Malin.
Yeah, I mean, if watching Atlanta is like getting your teeth pulled, and watching the Heat is like getting your teeth pulled and then having those teeth shoved up your ass. So when I'm talking about these 4 teams, right, like Atlanta, Miami, Toronto, and Chicago, I have Atlanta beating Miami. Okay, in the first one, because you're talking 7-8. And then I have Chicago over Toronto, and then I have Chicago over Miami. So I actually have Atlanta and Chicago making the playoffs. And don't give me that look right now, Shaq, because you want Chicago to go.
I want Chicago as the Atlanta pick down, really.
But it's
Atlanta over the Heat is really what I'm questioning.
Okay, well,
They
okay.
beat Miami.
But the records, though, when you look at the records, you want to act like Atlanta is that much better, or that Miami is that much better.
2-game difference.
2 games out of 82.
Brooklyn is 2 games above Miami. Yeah, like it's big.
Yeah, but they're clearly superior.
Okay. What's the difference?
That's that Malin math.
Exactly.
Working for me right
this
now.
2 is stronger than that 2. That's really
These 2 mean more. It's Common Core math. They've been teaching it in Florida for a while. They recently stopped.
I don't think
but
people know
those
2 bumps in Florida. That's all they know.
So I mean, we say all this and how we all want Chicago to go there, yet they're getting their teeth kicked in 98-86 by Milwaukee right now. So they're clearly not going to do much when they make it. And it does look like Batman and Gotham Boston are going to beat Toronto, the Canadians. And listen, none of us have Toronto going, right? Like,
No.
first of all, Canadians have no business
sorry,
being
I do
in the
have-
playoffs. You do? That's disgusting.
I-
That's disgusting. You,
Atlanta is terrible.
you eat Canadian syrup, don't you?
It's pretty good.
Yeah. Vermont maple syrup is better because it's made in the
You got
US,
Canadian bacon.
which is inferior to American bacon.
It's all right. We worry about the real. Which I agree.
I
American
refer to
bacon,
every other
100%.
bacon.
Yeah, Nestor right now is in Colombia. Wish he had bacon.
You got Colombian
He
bacon
ain't
down there?
Colombian bacon. That's
This
something
is
else.
pretty good bacon down here.
Is there?
Anyway,
I don't even know what to say to that. Actually,
What is this show?
everything I was going to say was not going to be good after.
I mean, it's not like we started off the pre-show well, so
the West. It's moving out west. Again, as of right now, it's Lakers at 7, Pelicans at 8, T-Wolves at 9, and then the Thunder at 10. The Mavs are on the outside looking in, and the Jazz
As they
also
should be.
on the outside looking in.
So should they,
Uh,
for different reasons though.
right.
I mean, the Mavericks have Kyrie, so you can't be the state that has NASA and have a flat earther put you in the playoffs. That's not going to happen.
That's why they're in the position.
And then, I mean, the other ones is a state-controlled Mormon
Yeah.
country. So,
It has something to do with it. But
whatever. They're going to go on missions. Forget playoffs.
Shaq, what is your West playing situation? looking like?
unfortunately, I see the Lakers making it in there as much as we don't want to see the Lakers go in there and
Hey,
be
who
for
said
them.
that?
All right, it's not like we were
I
dogging
am
the
not
team out.
saying that I
Who
don't
said that we don't want the
All of a
Lakers
sudden,
to
Russ
go?
leaves and everybody's a Lakers fan because Russ leaves.
Exactly. No, 100%.
We found
No,
God.
AD
Because,
doesn't
hey,
become less injury
were
prone
we-
because Russ leaves.
Were we not rooting for the Lakers against the Heat in the finals? Were we not?
That's because it's the Heat.
Were we not Team LeBron and Davis?
Thank you.
I don't anything that Russell Westbrook touches, I want to get the herp, AIDS, die, drop into a field. Because he played for the Oklahoma City Thunder, which stole my Sonics, and I hate them. Like literally, like if a tornado wanted to roll over the whole city and just, I don't know, end it all, do it. So yeah, now I have a little bit of love for Kevin Durant because Kevin Durant did play 1 year in Seattle, and he has repeatedly said that the team never should have moved to Oklahoma City. And even when he was playing for Oklahoma City, he would wear Sonics gear,
He would still leave.
which was funny. But I mean, if a tornado happened, Kevin Durant be swept away too. Look at the Cavs. But yeah, so no, like when Russell Westbrook is playing for a team, no, like die, bitch. Like what are we doing?
Triple double himself.
Triple.
So you have the Lakers going.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about
And Minnesota. I want to see Minnesota.
What tornadoes?
Lakers in Minnesota.
Lakers and Minnesota come through and
I'll go real quick because I have the same exact situation as Shaq. I think the Lakers are a new team since
a couple weeks ago.
since the trade deadline. Won't mention any names, but since then they are a new team.
Russell Westbrook.
Addition by subtraction, so your phrase.
I'll only mention the players they gained, not lost. Getting D'Lo back has been a huge add. Austin Reeves, AR-15, that dude is balling right now. They found an answer at the point guard position. Go figure. Also, AD staying healthy.
Right now.
Come playoffs, the man has
This
no
minute.
knees.
Him and LeBron got done with that game last night, and they both of them were like, I don't know if we're playing tonight against the Clippers.
Look, they
Old
got.
ass.
It's okay. Their muscles are loose. They got the
They-
same
they-
massager as
it's-
Watson. So
They're channeling they're channeling Kyrie Irving's Uncle Drew right now with their old asses. Like we don't do back to backs anymore, people. I don't know if you know this, but we're a big goddamn deal. We don't do back to backs.
if you don't bring up Watson every single week, what are we doing with this show?
I don't know.
I don't know. We can just talk about Colombian dentists, and it's the same thing apparently.
That's another thing that every week.
That's true.
The Lakers are a new and improved team, a complete 180 from
Ballin'.
October, and they'll make it without a doubt. And it's going to be great.
They
for
were
the NBA.
they were like the 12 seed
yeah,
when they moved Westbrook.
right.
And I'm going to say it right here that the Lakers are not going to be in the play-in.
Oh,
I think they're going to move in.
okay.
to the 6th seed.
Yeah, knock some.
Three games left. I think they're going to move into the 6th seed.
Okay.
I like they win with LeBron, without LeBron. You know, Davis doesn't do the back-to-backs. They still win. Like, they are just balling.
Yes. And it's great for basketball because last year not having them in there was not the same.
I mean, everyone talks about the Clippers and how exciting it is, but like no one really actually wants to watch the Clippers.
Right.
Because Paul George is like vanilla ice cream. And Kawhi Leonard with that goofy ass laugh. Like nobody, like, I don't know, they're just not endearing to people.
To bring up a 30-minute conversation,
here we go.
If LeBron happens to win a ring with this wonderful Lakers team,
Shaq.
I mean,
does that change anything for anybody on the
No, it doesn't change anything. Next
it doesn't change anything to me because he's already the GOAT in my opinion. But I didn't get to say my second team.
I was just kidding. Go ahead.
Because first of all, I said the Lakers weren't going to be in the play-in. So I actually have, I got the Clippers going in. I think they'll beat New Orleans. And I got Minnesota over OKC, and then I got Minnesota over New Orleans. So I think that it's going to be the Clippers, and I think that it's going to be Minnesota is the two. And if that does not epitomize how close this Western Conference playoffs is going to be, it's anybody's game in the West.
Yes.
I would not put money on who's going to come out of the West. Wouldn't do it.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting out there. Nestor.
When is LeBron coming back?
He's been back.
Not-
He just went off at 37 points.
Really?
Well,
I had
you're
no
in
clue.
Columbia,
I
so
was
we'll give
busy
you a
getting-
pass. No, don't tell us. This is a kid-friendly show. Actually, it's not.
Well,
If you have
Yeah,
any kids watch this show,
Shame on you.
exactly.
Clippers
even
and
wanna say
Minnesota.
Clippers in Minnesota. So you also think that the Lakers are going to leapfrog over the Clippers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because the Clippers, they tend to choke towards the end of the season. So, yep.
Well, it is what it is.
Now, if LeBron James and Anthony Davis don't play tonight, that's kind of put a little wrinkle in my plan here.
We're about to find out.
Kind of need them to go off or like they did yesterday.
Yeah.
If they don't, I really just want to see Russell Westbrook against LeBron James and them.
That would be phenomenal.
God, that's amazing.
Yeah, so Shaq and I both have the Lakers and the T-Wolves coming out.
You just put a game on there that had 3 seconds left.
And yes, this is
Okay.
the before the
The
LA
before.
game.
Got it.
Yeah.
Shutting up.
Both the T-Wolves and the Lakers. Nestor, you have the Clippers and the T-Wolves. And then
Right.
Waylon, you also have Clippers and T-Wolves.
Damn right.
Okay. It's like, wow, we're already at end of the regular season. NBA season always just seems like it's an eternity, but
I'm really excited about these playoffs.
yes.
Anybody outside of Miami has a chance to win it all.
This motherfucker. This man. Out of all the playing teams, be the team that possibly can make it.
God-forsaken team outside of the Heat has a fair shot at it.
Any shot he can take at this Miami team, this man takes to that.
I love the Miami Heat as much as I love any Tampa sports team. To me,
Nothing-
they're one and the same.
Nothing will sweeten my heart more than y'all finding some finagle to get rid of Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown.
Why
off
would
the
we do
team.
that?
Why would we do
That's
that?
stupid.
It's some sort of foreign dream to me that would happen. I'd be like, see, now y'all back on our level.
This man's just said that the Butler did it, and when I say the Butler did it, he means he choked in Game 7 last year. So
You do realize
now he's going to be a playing team
in
at best.
if things fall the way that they are right now, we will be playing each other in the first round.
And I pray if y'all find a
God,
way
that'd
to
be a
choke
sweet-
against us in this day,
that'd be a
y'all want to hear.
sweet-
Y'all want to hear from me for the rest of the playoff season. I would be like, the only reason we in the second round is because y'all couldn't put your shit together.
I mean, I didn't know that they did first round buys in the NBA playoffs.
All right.
That'd be crazy.
I pray that we
We're like
play.
the Kansas City Chiefs, baby. We get that bye. We get that bye week.
I pray that we play y'all. It
Sweep
goes
them
to
up
games-
real quick.
It goes to game 7. It goes to game 7, and we beat y'all in game 7. I pray that it becomes that.
There will be no sevens needed.
I pray. My
Barely be
sweetest
four
dreams.
man.
I will give up my firstborn child in the future if that happens.
Something tells me that's already happened somewhere. You just don't know about it yet.
Oh, some sort of bet. Launch that poor little child into the sky for the sake of this.
That poor little girl.
Yeah, damn weather balloon looking. Never mind.
If she has my head genetics, she'll just float around for a little bit before she gets up there.
Like, mommy, it's a hot air balloon. No, that's a little girl. That's Shaq's baby.
Because of some heat in Celtics bed. Flown over Colombia somewhere. See Ness in the middle of the desert.
Anyway, gonna move on.
Yeah, let's go. Gotta talk some college basketball.
Yes, let's get
Today's top stories and breaking news.
dramatic.
Yeah, it kind of makes me feel like we're all getting arrested.
Which is always a possibility. So, still relevant.
Don't tempt me into saying things that could be bad, Shaq.
By default, you'll be fine.
Let's start off with the March Madness tournament came to an end. UConn's men team won and LSU women's team won. Props to both those institutions. Very nice, very nice. Neither game was very entertaining, but
Damn.
I mean, was it close in either game?
No, but we can talk about how great both tournaments were.
The tournaments
leading
were
up
good.
to
I'm
that.
saying that the finals were both, Anyway, let's get into the fact that the LSU women's team, obviously they get an invite to the White House for winning. But Iowa also damn near got an invite because the first lady thought that they played hard.
I don't give a damn. Do not give a fuck. Sit at home. if you wanted to go to the White House, you should have won. I'm sorry. That's just my thought process. I'm agreeing with the whole thing of our participation trophies. It should not be a thing. Me growing up as a kid who played sport, soccer, football,
Never got a damn thing.
basketball. I didn't get if you lost. If you lost, you get to go home in your own tears. Have your mother and your family yell at you because he did a sorry job.
Shaq out there flooding the goddamn house.
Exactly. You want to go to the White House because you got second place? Bitch, go home. And
Well, they
figure out-
didn't ask for her to say the dumbass thing she
But
said.
I'm just saying, that's just society.
Like-
That's just society we have built today. That was like, you know what, you worked hard for second place.
Not society. This is Jill Biden. This is our first lady that made a mistake. No, you can't do it.
Our fearless leaders.
can't say
Fairly see his wife, so by default,
sleep
she's
Jill's
our
lady.
woman.
Anyways, first of all,
She's our woman.
I don't know that we do a show and tell thing in America like that, Shaq.
Joe Biden could barely remember if it's his woman or not, so it doesn't matter.
Damn, that's our president, man. Chill out.
That's our fearless leader there.
It's only a president because we're reminded
No.
that he's a president.
He is out. No, he is the commander in chief. He's a president. Stop it! Don't put me in that position. My mama's walking around. She'll put my ass.
No, don't get me wrong. I like the man, but I can see this man in Walmart walking around.
Clearly,
being
you like him. With Jesus Christ, my mama is gonna slap me
Y'all-
in Vegas because of what Shaq is saying.
Y'all roast the fuck out of me on a week-to-week basis, and y'all know me
this
from
is-
personally.
I know, but okay. First of all, I just want to point out that this man clearly is feeling this situation because you didn't even get to finish what you were saying before Shaq jumped. And Shaq has never done that before. Shaq has
And then I got
never
ridiculed for it.
Shaq has never just dove into the deep end like Nestor has with Colombian sisters so fast in his
Your
life.
sister's my girl too. By default, genetics.
Like that was actually a little bit shocking. The way that he just jumped in there like that. But I will say this. Okay, now
What's going on right
now? First off, I just want to say this. I don't just want to gloss over the whole men's tournament with UConn winning, because we just kind of glossed over it a little bit. They are 4-0. They are 4-0. Every time they get to the championship game, they win it 4-0. That's a big deal. Now the crazy thing is that as the women's Final Four in the final had a record number of people viewing. It was actually the least watched men's final that has ever happened on record. But it still had more viewers than the women's final.
Right.
Just want to throw that out there. But it was still like 20% less than even this last year when it was Kansas, North Carolina. So people clearly weren't feeling the UConn, San Diego State. Everybody loves the Cinderella until it gets to the final and you don't have the powerhouses there and they're like, nah, fuck y'all. Now getting to the women's game, Shaq is clearly passionate about. I don't.
You gotta have some time on your
I don't know if you need a hug
to watch that game.
I don't. This man.
I just feel like there's just much more news and things revolving around the women's finals than.
Well, there is, and we'll talk
get to
about
that
some of that news later. But when it comes to Joe Biden, okay, I'll just say this: that if you are a Democrat and you're getting in trouble with black people, you are clearly in the wrong. If you have made that much of an egregious error,
black people don't
to where they're like, nah, man, you know what? We voted for your husband, but we'll beat your ass. Like that's a problem. You know you overstepped. When I'm just gonna say it. Like normally when you hear black people railing on a president and first lady, it's Trump or it's Bush.
Or Bush. Yeah.
Here is Biden.
Right.
And now you got Angel Reese so mad, and I still don't know why she's so mad because she won the national title.
Right.
I don't know why she's as angry as she did, but she's not even accepting Joe Biden's apologies. It's like, nah, I'm not accepting it. We'll go see the Obamas. I'm like, well, if that's not making it even more of a racial thing, I don't know what is. You're like, no, I don't want the white Democratic president. I want the black Democratic president. They just like that's how much of a fuck up this is. I'm just like, damn. So
I mean, like Shaq said, the participation trophy. Can we stop, please?
Yeah. Okay, I just want to make it clear that Iowa was not clamoring to go. That was Jill Biden saying that. And Caitlin Clark did say, no, we're not going. This is stupid. LSU goes.
Yeah.
This is just an old white lady.
Right.
Just being like, well, you know, those Iowa white girls, they played really hard in a game they lost by 16 points.
They should have played harder. Maybe next time.
So I mean, obviously Jill did not watch the game,
right? She was
because
there.
They didn't play good in the game. They played great up until the game.
Yeah,
I mean, Caitlin Clark was making history.
Yeah,
but the last game, no, we don't need the first lady handing out participation trophies.
Trump wouldn't have invited neither team. Wouldn't even be having this conversation.
If he did, he would have fed him Big Macs. So
he got Big Macs here when you get here.
Well, he did that, didn't he?
Yeah,
he fed one of McDonald's.
They catered McDonald's.
Yeah, because during COVID, let's put McDonald's lives at risk during the pandemic and make them make Big Macs, and not the people making like rich people food what they normally eat.
No nonsense. Y'all begging for a raise. Y'all gotta come out here and take these risks. Like everybody.
Y'all want 15 an hour?
Come out here and take these risks.
You better slap these patties.
Take your mask off. Don't you worry about that. All that extra money.
Yeah, you're right. He probably wouldn't have invited either team. He would have been too mad that Iowa
He would have
lost.
just tweeted about how boring it is.
Nah, he would have talked about how he was greater than both teams.
He's like, man, if I would have put together a team, they'd have won. He would have beat both teams.
We need to talk about sports.
I was gonna go somewhere
This is
else.
getting me into, and I would just like my family that is watching this show to understand that I came to the defense of the Bidens.
I was
and
never
I cracked jokes.
I was never
on
attacking.
Trump.
I was never.
This man
I was never-
over here.
I was never attacking Biden. I was attacking
wants
Miss
to-
Biden.
And who do you think you're attacking by attacking Ms. Biden?
That's Mrs. Biden to you.
Yeah, happy wife, happy life. You think his life is happy right now?
It doesn't matter. He doesn't remember.
See, and he says he's not attacking the man. And he says that he's not attacking the man.
This man got that.
This man has a Sleepy Joe undershirt on.
What's that movie? 51st Dates. That man got that same memory. Man.
See? This is not me.
dates memory.
No, Mama, this is not me.
Oh,
This
look,
is on the record.
This is
your mom
not
is
me.
great. No, nothing against your mom.
Yeah, my mom will whoop your ass.
She
when
knows
sees
I got
you.
nothing but respect and love for your mom. She's a great
Yeah,
woman.
she gonna whoop
But
your ass.
this is Joe Biden at home counting out pills for this man.
My mama may be old, but she can hit a target that big. She'll smack you in the face.
Close her eyes right now and swing and hit me.
She just booked a plane ticket. She about to spend $900 to fly around.
You got to come this far. You can hit me from your house. It's all right.
Yeah, she probably can. Just lean forward a little bit. Be right outside the window.
The Dallas Mavericks.
There you go.
They are considering shutting down their star players, Luka and Kyrie, for the last few games here. Folks, this is no newsflash, but the Mavs are a god awful
Terrible.
They've won what, 2 games since Kyrie's been there?
Have they
Something
won
like
2?
that? It's like only a couple since acquiring Kyrie.
It's bad.
I did not think this was going to work in the first place, but I didn't think that it was going to be this bad. I still thought they would make the
Right.
playoffs, be competitive, but in the end, it would just be too much ball handling, too much ISO ball. But for it to, the plan didn't even take off. It just has imploded at this point. So, what do you guys think about the Mavs situation right now? Because Kyrie can pack up come.
Yeah, this has been about as successful as Apollo 1. It just never left the ground. It's bad. Now, it's so bad that Luka was doing an interview after practice, which he never does interviews after practice. He always does interviews after games, but never after a practice, where he talked about how much he missed Jalen Brunson. Kyrie on your team, and they're like, man, I miss my boy Jalen Brunson. And that's just, and he put out there, he was like, listen, as long as we're in contention, I'm not shutting down. Now that sounds really great, but I'm like, there's 3 games left. So, I mean, if you end up not playing 2, is that really the biggest thing in the deal? Because y'all probably going to lose your next game, and then you're going to be out of it. You're already the 12th seed. Like, I don't even know how they still have a chance
That's how
of making
the
it.
West.
But they're not making it. They might be mathematically still in it, but they are Kyrie Irving eliminated from it. Like, that is just what's happening.
It's a train
It's
wreck.
crazy how Kyrie went from like hitting that clutch shot next to LeBron, and then he goes to this after that whole Jewish movie situation after Boston. Like he becomes Russell Westbrook essentially. I didn't say anything bad about Jewish people. Just by the way,
I just gotta wonder, like, what, we gotta bring up a race.
Here you go.
Every
Your
topic.
guilty conscience kicking in and trying to defend yourself. Ain't nobody accuse you of nothing. We just sitting here listening.
Shout out to Honey Badger Q. Appreciate the kind words. The fact that we haven't scared you off by now is quite.
Wait, what did they say?
It just
Oh,
says
they-
great show.
well, Honey Badger, that means an LSU fan.
Yeah, LSU.
We appreciate this, man.
That women's basketball tore it up.
They did.
Great.
Shaq, what do you think about the Mavs?
I just think that, unfortunately, the difference between Kyrie playing with LeBron and this is that at least LeBron was willing to distribute the ball. He's more of a I'm okay being a facilitator than him becoming another him. not the ignorance level, but another iso ball type of person where he wants to be at the star of the team, and that's not going to work. You need to play with people who are willing to be like, you know what, I don't have a good look right now. Let me distribute the ball to you. So I feel like they're both greedy plays is killing the team right now. One of them needs to be like, you know what,
Yes.
let's play through. And I feel like Kyrie's got to play through Luka. He's a younger soul coming up, more athletic. He's has a lot more years built in him. So let's distribute the ball to this younger gen.
Luka just needs to man up and just be like, dude, stop it.
Yeah.
But
The
he's
prime is over.
but he's scared of Kyrie. I mean, the man doesn't believe the
Push him off
Holocaust
the edge.
happened.
Push this
He
man off the edge
doesn't
of the
believe that the earth is round. When you don't believe the Holocaust happened, when you don't believe the earth is round, there's a certain level of crazy that you don't know what they're going to get to. And so I think Luka's nervous. I think he's like, this motherfucker's mental. And so I don't know that I want to push all these buttons because I don't know if I'm detonating a nuke if I do it. So he's been very passive.
Yes. I mean, they both have been, and they both need to, like you said, Shaq. One person needs to defer and say, "You got it," but they just won't do that. Like they're just too similar. I don't think they're capable of doing that, which is why I didn't think this was going to work very well in the first place. I just didn't think it was going to be this bad. But
Yeah, I would just like to shout out that Honey Badger is my boy in Pierre, Joey.
What's up, Joey?
Who's also a store manager at Starbucks. He's awesome. We need to put him actually on the show because he's actually a Tampa sports fanatic. He has season tickets to the Bucks, and he still has season tickets even after Brady left. So that man is loyal.
Bucks fan, right?
He is loyal. So we need to have him on the low to get a little bit of a local connection.
Yes,
because we all hate
got an open spot.
Yeah, because we all hate Tampa sports,
Right.
but he loves Tampa sports. He's a good guy.
You know what?
Funny as hell.
I could be really loyal to Tampa, but I would never get a Baker Mayfield jersey.
Yeah, and he just said
Just
go
saying
Rays,
that,
baby,
it's put
because
enough.
they're one of two teams that are undefeated.
Yes, they are.
That makes my heart hurt.
They are leading that division. Jesus.
Yeah.
I hate the happiness of Tampa. I really do.
You know, but listen, if Tom Brady, like you, okay, so we say like, oh, Bucks fans and Brady and all this stuff, they got one Super Bowl at them. They're going to carry that happiness for the next 20 years. This man over here got 6 trophies. And he already wants to fire Belichick after like 3 years.
He's like, yes.
So like the Bucks are gonna be happy for the next 20 years. This man's 3 years out, and he's like, "Nah, man, fuck this."
Let's just go to show that there's levels to these franchises, people, and I think we should all just be aware.
This man's just happy he's at the top tier, so he gets opportunity to pick and choose who he's upset with from week to week. Saying, you know what, we good. Fuck you. We can find somebody else.
It's Bill, sir. Not 2001 anymore.
Just leave us and all trying to run this team. It's all right.
Weren't we talking about the Mavs? Though?
We were.
I don't know what the fuck we're talking about.
Young Bill Bell.
I just know that LeBron's not playing against Russ, and it's comical that we bring this whole bullshit up now again.
I mean, it looks like a game of 2K out there right now, just off the names.
That's fun. Well, enough about basketball.
Yeah.
Let's get into the Saudis. we need to talk about the Saudis and how they're trying to ruin sports for Americans.
Yeah, we doing a good job of it.
We need to talk about this.
Honey Badger says, "In Trask we trust."
Yes, he does not like Baker Mayfield. He is
good.
He wants Trask as the QB. We have had conversations about this. He's not a fan of the Baker ball. I am, because I think it leads to more L's. But let's talk about the Saudis.
Yeah, Lionel Messi. This is Nestor's boy here. He is highly considering joining the club Al Hilal in the Saudi League. Now, we just looked this up before the show started.
There's no considering. He's doing it.
Right, because
he's got an offer from the Miami MLS team.
Right.
For like, I don't know,
whatever,
like a room in Shaq's house and some chips. and what's he gonna get from the Saudi team?
He won't be getting that room in Shaq's house. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
That's
that'll be a big
$500 million.
prime
So
real estate.
he's
right
going to get. I'll say it. I'll say it.
Virgins.
He has an offer for 1 year of 400 euros, which is $438 million for 1 year.
Yep.
1 year. Now,
So awful.
like Jalen and I were doing the math on this, and I was like, even if he just plays like 20 matches, that equals out to $21.9 million per match that he plays. And we're talking 20 games. The year's 365 days long. Like that man's going to get paid $438 million for 0.1% of days in a calendar year. He's not coming to the MLS. He's not coming. And Ronaldo's already over there.
Right.
He already stayed at Shaq's house. He's like, it's not worth it. We're going over to the Saudi league. But what I really want to talk about is like, why are the Saudis trying to buy sports? Like, they're starting with the Live. They're messing with my Masters. Now they're messing with soccer. So G Money, he's a Marine. He's gonna kill some people. Like it kind of feels like they're trying to ruin the American spirit. If you can kill sports in America, you can kill our will to live. It doesn't matter how many guns we have. So I think the Saudis are being a little bit mean. I think they need to talk to their Iraqi and Iranian brothers about that A-10 Warthog. They need to understand. You can have all the oil, but we still got the A-10.
Go ahead.
I'm just saying.
I feel like we're dancing on a very dangerous line right now.
There's no dangerous line.
I mean,
I'm not in the eyesight of the A-10. That's the Saudis.
Travel's already been ruined for us on a whole. So it's
All you got to do is hold your breath and just go where the wind takes you. I don't know where.
I'm just trying to say is like this man make the smart decision for himself, and of course
Yes.
follow the money. That's unfortunate.
Stupid not to.
He just won the
Exactly.
World Cup. Why not?
Exactly. What's the point? He's already won all like
Done everything. You
everything you
possibly
can when it comes to the sports wise. So why not just finish off your career with chasing the money? If you could get this fucking much money just for just showing up, basically,
want. For a
for why,
1 year.
why the fuck?
400 million.
What? Why not? If he didn't take this, I would be like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I don't. I'd be angry. Like if we see him in a Miami jersey, I'd be like, "There's some weird shit going on." Like I don't
Yeah.
know how you turn that down.
Shaq, what do you got in your room? What?
Yeah, like what?
I got blackout curtains.
Messi in love with your lava lamp. I don't know.
I don't know. It could be 2 p.m. That bitch look like midnight. So don't you be playing
But
with that.
but like he just won the World Cup. He doesn't.
I am Nestor. What do you think about your guy, the football version of the greatest Michael Jordan player of all time, Nestor?
LeBron
I
aside.
don't know. It's just it's honestly it's kind of sad because for one, if you guys don't know, Barcelona got spanked today 4-0
They did.
by Real
I did
Madrid.
see that, yes.
So that
It was amazing.
thought process comes in like, could he help us at Barcelona? I don't think he could.
Y'all are paying
just
him
because
$400 million.
Barca
to do
needs-
it, though.
Yeah, and then there's that. I don't know. Messi's the type of guy that I wouldn't be surprised if he rejects the offer, even with all that money. I wouldn't be surprised. I think he would take it, but I also wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't take it and he goes to Barcelona
So okay.
just for the love of football.
You can't say that you wouldn't be surprised if you took it, and you wouldn't be surprised if you didn't take it. Like, stand on a fence
No, I
somewhere,
said-
sir.
I just said I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't take it. I wouldn't like. I know he probably whatever 400 million. Like, why would you turn that down? But I wouldn't be surprised if he rejects it.
I would take it.
All I'm saying, if you turn down $400 million, that means you got some fuck you money, and you're like, man, 400 mil, I don't need none of that.
All I'm
What
saying,
other gig on planet Earth is going to pay you $400 million in 1 year?
is
I'll be
I'm paying $3.37 a gallon to drive to Starbucks every
And by
day
the way,
to help
by the
pay
way-
for this $400 million contract that he's going to get.
Upset.
This is ridiculous.
Upset. You need to take it. You know who ruins shit like that? Kanye. Kanye, who's
Stop.
How did we bring up Kanye?
About-
all I'm saying, the man who came
Shaq
out.
is in his feelings tonight.
The what's up with that is still on hold for a few more months. Let's just remind that.
We just need to bring in a couch and let Shaq lay on it and tell us how he feels.
First of all,
that.
none of that. We leave the couches to Nestor. He apparently
no, we're not doing.
Please go ahead.
Casting couch, Jesus.
I'm about to buy an apartment over here and set up 3 rooms with 3 black couches.
Start a business
for every sister that he's living with right now.
Neighbor dentist.
So the honey badger, the honey badger said Barcelona needs
Just so
Ted
you know,
Lasso and a sandwich.
My girl was
needs
listening to
away
90s
and
R&B.
Stay home.
My girl was listening to
It's
90s
not
R&B,
anymore.
and I was like, "Do you understand what she's saying?" And she's like, "Yeah, I do." I'm like, "Oh shit! I better be careful what I'm saying in the podcast."
The honey badger said he needs Ted Lasso and a sandwich is what Barcelona needs. That is the funniest damn thing I've heard in a while.
I love
G Money says over here, so he's 35 and got to be thinking about life after football, and 400 million for 1 year goes a long way in retirement. That goes a long way to your grandchildren's retirement. Like, your grandchildren are going to pop out of your kids already retired. Like, they're not even going to have to, like, they're gonna be picked up out of the womb in a blanket sewn together with $100 bills. Like, that's what those children would be born into.
My brain can barely fathom $400 million.
The fact that your brain could barely fathom anything is surprising me, because it's a big ass brain.
That goes to show you this is a big number.
But I agree with Malin
If
though.
Shaq can't wrap his head around it,
I agree with Malin that the oil money is kind of ruining. At least it's ruining football, like soccer overseas, because you got these huge teams like PSG, where they have all these stars, and they're not doing anything. They're just, to me, they're boring to watch, and they choke and they do nothing. And then Messi just ends up going to now like a Saudi Arabian
and
team.
that's what they're doing with golf too, with the Live Tour. Now, I love golf. I love golf so much, and I don't like the way that the PGA has operated as a nonprofit for as long as they did. And Live Golf was necessary to change the business model of the PGA. But there are so many great golfers that are on the Live Tour that are an afterthought now. They don't deserve to be an afterthought. And so, like, it cheapens the significance and the greatness of these people that just take money from the Saudis. Right. And so, like, I don't know why all of a sudden they started caring about sports, but they need to leave it the fuck alone. Like, leave my sports alone. You can charge me $4 a gallon, but leave my sports alone. It's gonna piss me off.
Trying to get in our heads. That's what they're trying to do.
Shaq, you might just want to stay quiet. Shaq is on one tonight.
You needed me to hold political argument about gas and bullshit.
Listen,
Like, I can't.
No, you spent your one political card talking about the Bidens. You don't get to do another one.
He's meant to
You
hold
already got my mom mad at me, and I didn't even do anything.
Look,
I just want to present a really quick anecdote because we're talking about this.
Nothing quick is
By the
on
way,
the
when I bought my first car, it had like a sign on the back. We had no idea what it was, so we took it to get tinted. My dad steps out of the car and he tells the mechanic, without knowing them, he tells them, "Yeah, I want to get that shit off the car." And the guy's Muslim. He's like, "It means praise God." I'm like, "Dad, we gotta take the car out of here."
They about to cut the brake lines. They about to cut the brake lines, and then they were going to pray east that you died. That's what they were going to do.
Yeah.
That is.
Never mind. Just leave it.
I would like to praise my apologies to Mama Malin for the disrespect on Biden.
See, you scared of my mama. I'm scared of my mama right now. I didn't even do it, but I'm scared.
I'm scared of your mama. I met this woman in person, and this woman's like, you know what? I want to get beat next time she comes down here and see her. So I'm going to apologize. I don't mean all that. I mean,
she listen. My mama will whoop some ass. I like what Honey Badger just said. Wait for Tiger and Rory for their spinoff league. They're doing like a stadium league that's gonna have like a bunch of like they're gonna set up these. It's gonna, to me, it looks kind of like Top Golf a little bit, but there's going to be like these challenges and stuff that like golfers have to do. It's going to be crazy. And the PGA Tour is backing it because it's scared of the Saudi money. They're scared of what Liv is doing.
I see. They're like, all right, we'll team up because
they're like, goddamn, Liv is letting them wear shorts. We need to do something. They're paying them $300 million and they can wear shorts. We need to do something fun. Nestor with the damn Dolphins. Man.
Money says they were going to pack.
Wait, that wasn't me.
It says your name, dumbass. You have your name Nestor in the name. Your whole name, actually.
They were going
first
to
and
pack
last.
the back of the car with explosives and let it drive down.
You know, the only thing that G Money didn't add to that is they're going to put a little kid in the driver's seat and let him drive it. That was.
We're going to go to halftime.
We're going to have to cut this show. This is why nobody will sponsor us. Our best hope is Modelo at this point in time.
Modelo with their alcoholic soda. That stuff's nasty.
That's our best hope.
Oh, my God.
We're not actually drinking Modelo on the show. We're drinking Florida Avenue.
Modelo's a
Guava
to the show.
IPA and their other IPA. Modelo's the pregame, apparently. That's disgusting.
We're going to go to halftime.
Yeah, let's go to halftime.
Let's come back. We will have Jew Money. And,
yeah.
Jesus.
My mom's going to be in the background. This is going to be fun. I'm going to get yelled
at. Hey. Yeah. On my way to the boat, like I ain't just had on a coat when I landed, outran it. Perched at the edge of the branches. They don't wanna talk mansions, mine look like a campus. And I'm all about my brothers like the niggas I'm sampling. I'll leave you red shirted like the twins from Kansas. Really living my dreams I used to have in my aunt's crib.
There's 4 reasons why the Kings will be one of the toughest playoff teams this season. Number 1, Mike Brown's coaching. He's done an outstanding job getting this team coached up throughout the year, primarily because he holds everybody accountable, including his stars. Number 2, De'Aaron Fox's clutch play. He's been shooting 54.2% in the clutch. You do not want the ball in his hands late in the game. Number 3, Sabonis is a dog. He's been averaging 19.2 points a game, 7.2 assists, and 12.5 rebounds per game. He's leading the NBA in rebounds. He is outstanding, especially with De'Aaron Fox. That combo is deadly. Number 4, they have an extremely efficient young core. Like I said, Fox and Sabonis, but also Monk, Herter, and Murray. All those dudes are extremely young and fantastic on offense. Their offensive rating is the highest of all time, 118.8. They are deadly on offense.
Hey, yeah. Trendsetter, band frame getter, with whatever. I buy diamonds when I'm under pressure. When I apply, shit don't ever let up. Yeah, look, I'm in the cut, the boy in the cut.
I'm gonna start it off at the point position, put Luka, then in the shooting guard position. I'm gonna go ahead and put Steph. LeBron at that wonderful power forward position. I kind of up in the air pick is gonna be Clay at the other forward position. Very iffy pick, and then of course I gotta put the Joker there at the big man position. Clay's gonna be in a wonderful all-star pick. Clay being that sketchy kind of dark horse role, but I think the team will get it done perfectly.
I got sided with the East because not only are they better, but Shaq's head sets in the West. So I'm running down the East for you. This is my starting 5 for the East if they were healthy and if there's the East roster. Trae Young at 1. Can't go wrong with that Bulldog. Durant at 2. Hurt now, but if he was healthy, he'd be starting. We're going to go ahead and have Tatum at 3. We're going to have Tatum at 3 because we're putting the Greek Freak at 4. You can't move Giannis. And then we're going to finish it off with Embiid at 5. And the reason why is because he's going to break down the Joker's rashy ass like he did last week in the All-Star game. So that's my 5. Shaq's head is setting in the West. I'll give you his rundown later. You tell us who your starting 5 for the West and East would be.
Did you know AFR is also on Spotify and Apple Podcasts? click the first link in the description below to listen to the most recent episode of the show.
Monday Night Football AFR. We out here. Damn right, Monday Night Football. Let's go.
That shit is bleeding for some odd reason.
Hepatitis ass. What the
Where did you fucking call yourself? What? All right, how are we getting out of here?
Yeah. Yep, in my white tee. Yeah, call up Mike Williams for the hype, please. They gon' white you before you white me. My boxes of checks, not my Nikes. Cactus, not no iced tea. Got them bamboozled like I'm Spike Lee. You need more than Google just to find me. I just call a beta, get a hyphy.
Incredible, general.
I just got the label just to sign me. Me and Chase connected like we Siamese. We been on a run, feel like a crime spree. Talk to me nicely. I see his face. Yup, on his white tee. Yeah.
My opinion of Jimmy Butler, one of the top 3 greatest Heat players of all time, and my answers could be absolutely not. Shaq, LeBron, Wade, Bosh, and all those people who played before him on the Heat, who are by far, I feel like, a lot better than he is for the team, and did a lot more. There's a lot more to prove before you even get to mention in that conversation.
Referees, you throw the flag, you blow the whistle. You not throw the flag, you not blow the whistle. We had over the weekend a game between Creighton and San Diego State University where a call put San Diego State on the line to shoot free throws and ended up winning the game, going to the Final Four. We saw a similar thing happen in the Super Bowl between the Chiefs and the Eagles, and it basically, the call put Kansas City in field goal range. So, were they correct calls? Yes. Should the calls have been made to help decide a game at the end? You let us know in the comments.
Giannis did not play. He went out in the first quarter with whatever injury he had. They beat the brakes off of y'all.
Yeah, more than brakes. I cut the brake line. They were riding in a car down Shaq's head with no brakes. That's how bad it was.
I hate that this is going to be the hardest laugh I could get out of the show.
No, I got more coming.
And this is why I make out-of-pocket jokes.
All right, how are we getting out of here?
Yeah. Yep, in my white tee. Yeah, call up Mike Williams Williams for the hype, please. They gon' wipe you before you wipe me. My boxes of checks, not my Nikes. Cactus, not no iced tea. Got them bamboozled like a Spike Lee. You need more than Google just to find me. I just call a beta, get a high fee.
Incredible general.
I just got the label just to sign me. Me and Chase connected like we Siamese. We been on a run, feel like a crime spree. Talk to me nicely. I see his face. Yeah, on his right teeth. Yeah.
My opinion of Jimmy Butler, one of the top 3 greatest Heat players of all time, and my answers could be absolutely not. Shaq, LeBron, Wade, Bosh, and all those people who played before him on the Heat, who are by far, I feel like, a lot better than he is for the team, and did a lot more. There's a lot more to prove before you even get to mention in that conversation.
Referees, you throw the flag, you blow the whistle. You not throw the flag, you not blow the whistle. We had over the weekend a game between Creighton and San Diego State University where a call put San Diego State on the line to shoot free throws and ended up winning the game, going to the Final Four. We saw a similar thing happen in the Super Bowl between the Chiefs and the Eagles, and it basically, the call put Kansas City in field goal range. So, were they correct calls? Yes. Should the calls have been made to help decide a game at the end? You let us know in the comments.
Giannis did not play. He went out in the first quarter with whatever injury, and they beat the brakes off of y'all.
Yeah, more than brakes. They cut the brake line. They were riding in a car down Shaq's head with no brakes. That's how bad it was.
I hate that this is going to be the hardest laugh we're going to get out of the show.
No, I got more coming.
This is why I make out-of-pocket jokes, because I got to beat that. I got to get a laugh somewhere else.
Well, leave Anne Frank alone. That was a brave young girl.
G Money in the chat.
All right, AFR Nation, let's talk about my favorite thing that has happened in free agency so far. Baker fucking Mayfield going to the Bucks. Baker ball, baby. I cannot wait to hear the Champa Bay fans turn into Champa Bay fans. Going from Tom Brady to Baker Mayfield. I think they're only winning 3 or 4 games. They'll probably beat the Texans, maybe steal one from the Saints, maybe steal one from Carolina. Hell, maybe take 2 from Carolina. I don't know. 4 games at best. But here's my question. How many wins do you think the 2023 before? We saw a similar thing happen in the Super Bowl between the Chiefs and the Eagles, and it basically, the call put Kansas City in field goal range. So, were they correct calls? Yes. Should the calls have been made to help decide a game at the end? You let us know in the comments.
Giannis did not play. He went out in the first quarter with whatever injury, and they beat the brakes off of y'all.
Yeah, more than brakes. They cut the brake line. They were riding in a car down Shaq's head with no brakes. That's how bad it was.
I hate that this is going to be the hardest laugh we're going to get out of the show.
No, I got more coming.
This is why I make out-of-pocket jokes, because I got to beat that. I got to get a laugh somewhere else.
Well, leave Anne Frank alone. That was a brave young girl.
G Money in the chat.
All right, AFR Nation, let's talk about my favorite thing that has happened in free agency so far. Baker fucking Mayfield going to the Bucks. Baker ball, baby. I cannot wait to hear the Champa Bay fans turn into Champa Bay fans. Going from Tom Brady to Baker Mayfield. I think they're only winning 3 or 4 games. They'll probably beat the Texans, maybe steal one from the Saints, maybe steal one from Carolina. Hell, maybe take 2 from Carolina. I don't know. 4 games at best. But here's my question. How many wins do you think the 2023 Bucks are going to get riding with Baker ball? Let us know in the comments.
Remember to follow the show on Instagram and TikTok at AFR Sports. That's it, AFR Sports. Now back to the show with your hosts Jalen, Shaquille, and Malin.
Okay.
Welcome
back.
Welcome back, folks. Second half of your favorite show.
Yes.
G Money.
How we doing, G Money?
We're doing good. How you guys doing?
We're doing good. We're not sipping on the Russell 10-year like you, but we got some plantation rum.
Amen.
That we're sipping on. Well, not sipping. We're drinking it. Just shooting it.
Right.
You guys shoot? Yeah.
Well, we probably shouldn't mention the word shooting and plantation in the same sentence. But anyways,
Folks, excuse our camera situation.
Thea, what is going on?
Is that the only thing we got excuse? Not just the fact that this man talking about shooting and plantations.
That's fine.
That wasn't me. That was. What is happening?
Back in there, and then we're going to get.
Like caught more than his neighbor than him just a minute ago.
The twins.
Was that
I mean,
How do we lose G Money?
I don't know why did this happen.
Where is he?
Are you seeing a bathroom there? Oh, what the hell is? Are you guys having like major technical difficulties? Yeah, that's what happens when you go through a bottle
There
of
you
rum.
go. Well, no, it's not a whole bottle, but I think we got you back. What the heck?
I don't know.
Okay, we got different camera angles with Nestor now. He doesn't know what camera to look at, by the way.
If that happens again, I'm not fixing it.
I mean, he's used to being spied on. Apparently, he's like, I have so many cameras. My girl spies on me. I don't know where I'm supposed
It's like,
to.
wait a
look
minute,
right now.
let me get you my good side.
Hey, is that other camera working?
For now, it'll click off in a second here.
Oh, look, it works.
This guy. Okay, we're good. So, anyway,
Should we,
so G Money
That's
with the Rustle.
That's
We're
what we
gonna drink
need,
some
right?
rum here.
After all of that.
That's Jill leaks everywhere.
Son
That's what
of a
we
gun.
need right now.
Jalen. There we go, gentlemen. Let's go.
Oh shit! I forgot.
Just take it from the bottle. Don't worry about it. There you go. I mean, should have.
You forgot what episode is this, Nestor?
It's 1:30.
There you go.
What was the slogan you came up with for doers? Because there's those that don't, and then there's doers or something like that.
Me?
Yeah,
I came up with it.
Yeah, last week you're like, there's those that don't, and then there's doers.
It kind of sounded like whatever I said might have been misconstrued as inappropriate, so I'm not going to repeat it.
I mean, inappropriate, but that's probably the way they.
You're drinking Mexican soda. Shut up. You already shat on the first lady. What? That's just. And speaking of, there we go, right in the segue. Got to bring this up again.
Yeah, let's go ahead into our community comments because, like we kind of hinted at earlier, there were some. Well, actually, no words. It was just all hand movements in the. Thanks, TikTok. All right, there were some hand movements in the LSU and Iowa finals game. So yeah, obviously the big hoopla was Angel Reese taunting Caitlin Clark, hitting her with the John Cena.
I want to let Shaq go
Shaq
first on
just
this.
get a really heavy side, a heartful side. There.
He just emptied all the air out of his head.
I mean, clearly not.
It just
blows out the
created
window.
I was like, clearly not because y'all still sitting here. So.
We'd be in that pond behind the.
Before he's even finished, go ahead, Shaq. The floor is yours. Let us know how you
I
feel.
want to go second.
All I want to say, if you don't want to get taunted, don't lose. Be better. Do better. She was doing the same shit. She was doing the same shit before about taunting people and doing shit.
Same as
And
with John Cena.
exactly. Anybody give a damn about that taunting, but this girl do taunting. All of a sudden, it's like, oh, look at that. It's
Yeah,
a
but
problem.
he's acting like Caitlin Clark actually had an issue with it.
No, not like Katie Clark. I'm just saying the public on a whole.
Oh,
is
public.
over- It's just over here beef
But
about his taunting.
how could the public have won the game? Like that's what
No,
I'm
but
saying.
it's-
You said if you
no,
want to,
my thing about that is like
like you started the whole thing off like if you don't want to get taunted, win. But like Caitlin Clark didn't care what she did.
didn't care, but I'm like, why does the public give a shit about people taunting each other? It is part of
I
that.
never understood that. You
Yeah.
plug your computer.
It's part of the part of the sport and competitiveness is the taunting and motivates you. It's like, look,
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
that's just my aspect of taunting is part of the game. I respect that. That we can give you some shit. You losing, it's a process. Maybe better luck next time. I'm not gonna take it to heart if you beat me and then you put a little taunting. Fine, you deserve it. You beat my ass. So it's part of the process. I could be upset. But if you as a public is so sensitive about a little bit of taunting, it's like you clearly don't need to be watching sports. That's all I gotta say about it.
Nestor wants to go number 2.
Does he?
Well, no, he said he did. He said he wanted to be number 2.
The way he said.
Well, maybe. Yeah. All right, Dookie, go for it. I didn't see what y'all were doing there until just then.
I don't know. Do I want to go number 2?
You're in a
I
spotlight.
don't know. Like,
No, okay, so here's the thing.
not
Here's
the
what I
spotlight
actually
anymore. We
believe
can't
about
see
the
'em.
whole situation.
Let us know.
I think it's like obviously I think most people think the way we do, which is yeah, that's sports. That's what happens in sports. So I don't understand the supposed backlash that there exists. Like when I saw the the whole news, I had to Google and actually like research to find who had actually had an issue with this. And the only person I found out of like maybe like 2 or 3 was like I think it was David Portnoy or something like that. He's the I think the owner of Barstool Sports, where he called Reese I think classless, and which was it's just the guy's stupid. The guy's always been an ass. He's always had bad takes. But I just
But
don't.
he
I
owns
don't think
Barstool
there is.
Sports. He's doing a bit
I
better
don't
than
think
us.
there's exactly. I don't think I've seen other like especially like football, like soccer. I've seen people do taunting and get called out for it. Like a good example is Ronaldo. When Ronaldo's like very arrogant, that's one of the things he's always called out for, being arrogant and just being an ass and like humping the crowd when he scores a goal.
what?
Yeah, he does like this humping motion.
No, stop
Uh,
using that word.
Continue.
Jesus.
I'm trying to make it PG-13, man.
That's not PG-13.
Is that G?
No.
He does that when he's on away games, though. Usually,
This man
I
in 30
just
seconds
exactly.
talking
I
about
just don't
somebody
think it's.
humping the crowd.
I don't. I think
just say
women's
pelvic
sports.
thrust. Jesus.
I think women's sports is experiencing normality, which is you're gonna get called out if you step a certain line, which is fine. That's sports. That's exactly what happens. If you're a little bit too arrogant, you get called out. And especially American sports, like they can't breathe without it pops up in the media. Like, oh, this guy tweeted this, and it's trending for like a week. And they're in risk of getting canceled. I mean, it's just, I don't know. I just feel like the media is kind of stupid with it. But it's just sports. I think most people actually think the way we do, which is it's normal.
Nestor, are you on Twitter?
Yeah.
Damn.
Because Twitter has an issue with everything. So
yeah, that's Twitter.
I mean, it's normal for them, but of course, people on there were talking about it. But I do agree with you. I thought you summed it up pretty well, saying that it's kind of like a growing pain. Like this is women's basketball dealing with what professional athletes deal with, being overly scrutinized by the media. So kind of a bittersweet thing when you look at it that way. But
I think there's a lot of layers to it.
There are.
I think that Angel Reese doing what she did at the end of the game, it wasn't like during the game or anything like. Now, first of all, they were beating the shit out of Iowa most of the game, so there wasn't really an opportunity to do a lot of trash talking because you're already winning like most of the time. I do think that Angel Reese a little bit was jealous of the fact that Caitlin Clark was getting like all this shine. I do not think that she was jealous of the fact that Caitlin Clark was getting all this shine because she was white and Angel Reese was black. I do not think that it was a racial issue.
Right.
Okay. 100% do not think that. But I do think that a lot of people at LSU kind of took exception to that. That we're a very good basketball team. And here's this one person that is getting all of this shine, and we're kind of being overlooked a little bit. And the main reason why it was the most watched women's basketball game ever was because of Caitlin Clark. Like ESPN was even pumping it up. you were seeing more Caitlin Clark than you were South Carolina, than you were LSU, anybody else. So I think that a lot of that taunting was motivated by that. Now, I will say this, a lot of people are also, they're saying that, well, women are being judged differently than men because if a man did what Angel Reese did, it wouldn't be a big deal. If a man, like, let's say, today, like I was talking to you earlier, let's say LeBron James, and he's playing the Clippers, and the Lakers win, and at the very end of the game, he does something like what Angel Reese did to Caitlin Clark, to someone like Kawhi Leonard, they're throwing hands. Like, that type of following somebody and doing that type of thing, like that doesn't happen in the men's game because they're going to regulate themselves. But America is not used to that type of taunting. And especially when like nothing happens. But I mean, why America is so upset about it, that I don't understand, because Caitlin Clark isn't upset about it.
Right.
Caitlin Clark has come out and said, listen, I did it. I taught trash.
Right.
It's a part of the game. So don't be upset about it. Now, where I do think that it becomes a little bit of an issue with race, and this is a very sensitive thing, and I understand who I am and I understand who I'm talking to. When South Carolina loses to Iowa, and the head coach uses her post-game comments, press conference, to talk about race in the media and talk about people like using a bunch of words that have not been used to describe them, and using a lot of innuendos, but not actually naming names of who's doing it. Like, she was kind of bringing in the race card a little bit at that point about, you guys don't like us because we're all black. And then you have LSU beat Purdue, not Purdue, Iowa. But, you know, LSU is mostly black. Right. Iowa's mostly white. So it's natural for people to then kind of go to that race card. And then they got Joe Biden throwing just a shit ton of wood on the fire as an old white lady saying, let's invite Iowa. And then Angel Reese then not even accepting the apology. Like, you can see how race becomes a part of it. But I don't think that what Angel Reese did was racially motivated.
Right.
I don't think that at all. Right. I don't think it should be a discussion the way that it's being a discussion. Now, I do think that she likes the attention. I mean, how do you not accept an apology from the First Lady and say, you know what, we don't want to see you, I want to go see the Obamas? Like, how do you, like, I mean, come on. At that point, you like the smoke. But I don't, to me, we need to get rid of the race card and just look at it as competitors.
Right.
Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing.
I agree. And there's the other big layers are the media is a pay-per-clicks model. So they love to tell us what we should be arguing about because it makes money, makes big money. So that's all.
I want to know what G Money.
Yeah, G Money.
So really, I think it's a non-issue, right? I mean, as we've said, taunting's a part of the game. And let's not forget that the women now grew up playing with the boys. And if any of you guys played street ball, you taunted, you freaking dogged the shit out of whoever was guarding you. You talked about them, you talked about their mama, you talked about nailing their girlfriend the day before. You did all of that shit. And then you prayed like hell you could shoot. Because me, I couldn't dunk. But you did that.
I wish
and these girls
God that I was watching G Money play basketball.
That's mildly specific.
This man did everything he just said.
But no, I mean, so the fact that that girls are taunting each other, that's a non-issue. It really is. And Nestor's right. You know, it's all about clicks. It's all about likes, and it's all about social media. It's what happened. If you see it, if you start in the men's game, nobody said anything about it. Nobody cared. Why? Because that's the norm. You expect it. People still have this image of women athletes as being fragile, as being girls, and they shouldn't talk or act like that. You know, I've grown up all over the world. Tell you right now, a girl will cut you in a fucking heartbeat. You know, they no, they don't play. And they don't play in real life. They sure as hell aren't going to play on the court. And let's not forget, we're all talking about this. None of us are talking about the Memphis guard when Memphis played Bowling Green in the NIT, and that guard punched a Bowling Green player in the handshake line. Just hauled up and punched her. So
at least they
you
showed
know,
up in the handshake line. I mean, LSU didn't even do that. They're like, we're not shaking your hands.
probably a good thing.
Yeah,
They probably saw what happened in the NIT and going, yeah, but maybe not. You know, we'll haul off and punch someone, and that'll be that. And yeah, and I'm sure Angel likes the attention. I'm sure Caitlin likes the attention. You know, it helps drive who they are.
Yeah.
And it helps drive their ability to make more money while they're in college, which is something that couldn't happen a couple of years ago, and now they can make money off of NIL.
That's right.
They're making money. Angel, don't think that Angel is not making
Angel
money
Reese
off of
is
this, and don't think Caitlin isn't either.
Right. I think it's good for both of them because they both have very bright professional futures ahead of them.
The only thing I will say is that when they talk about how we equally respect each other and stuff like that, no, you don't. Angel Reese does not respect her. You don't taunt her the way that you did because you think you're on the same level as that person. Like, no, like at that point, be like Michael Jordan and Isaiah Thomas and be like, nah, man, you're a bitch. Like, I don't like you. I don't respect you. Like, you don't get to do that and then on the back and be like, nah, man, I love the competitor in that person. I think they're great. I was like, no, you really don't.
That's just kind of today's, like, you can't come out and just say, yeah, I fucking hate that person. Like, you kind of have to be.
Well, it's not a hate. I just think, like I said, that she was jealous over the coverage that Caitlin Clark was getting.
But unfortunately, she probably couldn't even say something like that. That you just have to be like, yeah, you know, I like
and
Caitlin.
I will say that LSU whooped Iowa's ass, but Angel Reese was the fourth leading scorer in that game.
Right.
It's not like she was balling out.
Hey, when Patrick
Yeah, I think
Beverly
Caitlin was the leading scorer in the tournament.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah. Well, she did things that no one's ever done in the women's tournament.
When Patrick Beverly hits a shot over Steph Curry, what's he doing? He's shimmying to make fun of Steph Curry.
Yeah.
And like that's just kind of what he does, even though he's got 3 points.
Only 3 points he got in the whole game. He did the small shit to LeBron James. Like LeBron James is not the point leader in NBA history. But that's cool. You scored 2 points off of LeBron, and you do this. Okay, all right, Beverly.
Yeah,
you dumbass.
Anyway, that'll do it for the community comments section.
Let's get into what everybody is actually tuning in to hear about. Because we're winners.
Right. We are all on this show. Winners at the end of the day.
We are.
You know, just take that 529 and just bet it all.
I'm actually tied with Shaq again, so that's fun.
So I took a little bit of rest last week. That should have taken.
Him and I are like Rocky and Apollo Creed, just swinging on each other multiple times, no defense, just making haymakers.
Last week, the one that really got Shaq was him taking Miami over UConn.
That
did not do him any favors.
That was so good.
I mean, do you hate me because I had to commit to that Miami pick?
You did
not.
Yeah,
I don't think
you had to commit. But
Nestor did not commit.
then you had G Money. UConn.
Yes. So G Money
Let's get into it.
pick UConn in his final
That
four.
man was 6-1.
So yeah, he
Big
was
week.
I'd say
6-1.
UConn, in the beginning. I mean, I liked them. They were, as a team, they were the best team. They didn't have the best player, but they were the best overall team.
Collectively, yes. So I went 4-1. Nestor and Malin went 3-2, and then Shaq went 2-3. So that puts Malin currently at 161 and 107. He is plus 54. I am 176 and 133. I am plus 43. Shaq 161 and 142. He's plus 19. Nestor 55 and 44 plus 11. G Money 78.
Me versus me, as long as I stay positive.
78 and 69. He is plus 9. He's right on Nestor's heels now.
You've gained a couple games on me.
Yeah, I mean,
In
I think it's
plus
only
or
like
minus.
1 because I went 4-1 last week.
Yeah, but over the last few weeks, there was a point where I was like 7 away, and now I'm like 11.
Yeah, I'm trying here. So.
Still coming for you. We're gonna
Yeah.
get plus and the wins.
Let's get into tomorrow night. We've got the Heat going to Philly, 7:30 p.m. Thursday night.
It's so unfair.
Why is it unfair? They're both the NBA basketball teams. Come on now.
It's the end of the year.
Well,
Someone's about to become the MVP.
Right.
And he's about to solidify it on their ass too.
I'll kick it off this week. I'm gonna take Philly.
Yep.
They are at home, and they're a better team.
Surprise.
So I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, I'm taking Philly.
Okay.
Because listen, when you're an NBA team and you play a G League team, you win. And Embiid is going to solidify his MVP. And
Goes up
listen,
for
at
85
the end of the day,
points.
now calm the hell down for a second, Shaq. Just calm down. Like Shaq is about to unleash some shit. You see that look in his eyes? No, when it comes to Philly, like Embiid, he wants the MVP.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna ball out the rest of the regular season.
Yes.
And when he's balling out, it's hard to beat him.
Yes.
So yeah. So that's my honest, actual take on the reason why I'm taking him.
Shaq, tell us why Embiid won't drop 85 points tomorrow.
I'm gonna pick the Heat because they gotta make sure they secure their spot and make sure they get as close as they can. It's the NBA.
Why is he looking at me?
Because you're the one talking the most amount of shit tonight about the Heat. So by default, you get a look. You've been talking about nothing but shit since the first take. So by default, you get a look. Miami trying to make sure they get in. I'm hoping that Miami claims that spot without having to even worry about the play-in factor. But things happen. But I'm gonna go ahead and pick Miami to win this. Last time I didn't pick my own team to win this, I did lose it. Exactly.
So, kudos to you.
Committed.
Committed to the L.
Hey,
Nestor, go ahead.
Philly need. I don't see Philly winning these next 3 games. It's the Nets, the Hawks, and the Heat. But you know what?
You
Changed
just
my
had
mind.
Shaq laugh at you. Like,
I
Shaq
think
just gave your take on that.
I think the Heat are a much better team than they actually seem. But yeah, I take Philly.
What the?
Got
This man is out here gapping.
no wonder your girl confused. You be doing all the most mind tricks known to mankind.
Imagine what he does off the show.
He's like, man, I love you, but my teeth be dirty, so I'll go get that shit.
I
clean."
love you, but this dance has been looking fine.
She's like, man, this man get this deep clean on
God,
a weekly basis.
I really hope those sisters don't watch this show.
I hope they do. I hope they do.
G Money.
So it's a home game for Philly, so I'm going to think that this is the last game Embiid plays because the last 2 games are on the road. It does concern me a little bit that Doc Rivers basically said that Embiid has now sealed after the 52-point game against Boston, that he sealed the MVP vote. I don't think he has.
No.
I think he'll play. I think they will beat Miami, but I think Nestor's right. That's probably going to be the last game they win. I don't think they'll win Atlanta or Brooklyn because I think they'll rest their starters. but they'll unfortunately they will beat Miami.
Okay.
I mean, is that really
Unless, of course,
unfortunate, though?
Docker decides he's going to rest the whole freaking starting crew, and then
I'll still beat him.
then it changes, obviously. So if people are betting, see who the starting lineup is like 5 minutes before, and then place your bet.
Oh yeah, if you're able to do that, then absolutely do that. So 10 o'clock same night, we have the Nuggets going to the Suns. Malin, who do you like in this one?
I like Phoenix because I don't trust the Nuggets. Yeah, they're just not playing good ball. They're very mediocre, like their last 20 games.
Yes.
Phoenix with a healthy Durant. I've said it a lot. I think they're the most dangerous team. So I'm gonna go with Phoenix.
Okay. Shaq?
Go ahead and give me Phoenix also. I have much more faith in them, and I wish nothing but
Come on, Shaq.
bad things for the other team. Appropriate bad things. Appropriate bad things.
God, man, even Nestor wanted to. That's messed up.
Go ahead, Nestor.
I'm disappointing in you guys.
Disappointed in us. I'm disappointed in you. Pick a sister. Let's go.
Come on, the Denver's the better team. If KD shuts off, that team is like a headless chicken. Like they're gone.
No,
And
because
rightfully
a
so because I
headless
hate
chicken
Phoenix.
Still runs around.
But you know
What
what?
are you talking
Get-
A headless chicken still runs around.
Like, clearly, you've never seen a headless chicken get his
if
head chopped
KD
off.
shuts off, they're fucked
But he's
every
not-
time.
but he's not
But give me
shutting off.
Phoenix for this one.
What the?
Nestor's in
This
full
man
form.
said like if KD just drops dead, and then they're not gonna win. Like what? Why would he not? This man over
He can
here.
sprain his ankle in practice.
G Money.
This guy's crazy.
Yeah, well, Phoenix is 5-0 with KD playing.
Balling.
And Denver for a team leading the West and going to be the number one seed in the West, they're 19-20 on the road. That does not bode well for them going into the playoffs. And if they're lucky enough to win the West and go to the NBA championship, they're going to be playing on the road. And they're going to be playing Boston or Milwaukee, and either one of those teams are going to beat you at home. I'm taking Phoenix, and there's a chance that because Denver's clinched the number one seed, that they rest the Joker.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. That good chance that Denver ends up resting some of their starters. But the Suns are just on a hot streak right now. Since KD's been back, they just cannot lose. He's fit in there just completely perfectly. Like you would think that he's been there all year. I've heard some stat that he's in his last 20 games. Kevin Durant is 19-1. He's just, I mean, when he's on the court, he is Kevin Durant, and he's very hard to beat. Clearly, so
Yeah. So outside of Nestor predicting some sort of shutting off,
right.
I think he's gonna be okay.
Yeah, it should be all right. Yeah, so we all taking the Suns in that one. Moving on to the next game, Friday night at 8 o'clock, Grizzlies at the Bucks. Let's go with Nestor. We'll start with you first. Who do you want here?
The last time Memphis played Milwaukee, they blew them out.
That means
I think I don't know if Giannis is gonna play. I don't know if John Moran is gonna play.
they just
You know what?
won
Could be-
tonight,
I think. Give me the Bucks.
I'm gonna follow up with also give me the Bucks as a P, and by default, give me the Bucks.
Okay.
And that Bucks.
He's about to bow out.
G Money.
This man.
Normally, I'd
finishes
look
his
at the
beer
road
as he has
records
to
and
pee. Took
just
his
go off
beer
of
to the
that
bathroom with him.
because Memphis has a crappy road record. They just lost to the Pelicans. But I don't know if Giannis is going to play. and I don't know. They had an injury in today's game. I didn't get to see who it was, but someone twisted an ankle. So, you know, if I'm gonna go with Memphis. I think Memphis needs it more than Milwaukee does. Milwaukee's already clinched the number 1 seed. They can rest all their starters and not care. They've got nothing. They've got nothing to win.
All right, that's fair.
So
I'm still gonna go with the Bucks here. In the last 20 games, they've only lost 5 of those games, and Giannis has been out of the lineup for at least a couple of those. So they play really well even when he's not there. I just think, I mean, this whole season, the Bucks have been a very safe pick when it comes to if you're gonna bet money on somebody, because I mean they just win a lot of games. So I'm gonna stick with the safe pick here and go with the Bucks. Yeah, I mean it is that weird time of the year where people are sitting down and you don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm gonna stick with the safe pick here. So what do you like here, Malin?
Yeah, I gotta go Milwaukee. Like you said, anything can happen, but when it comes to this man just went to the bathroom with beer, came back with the beer, and I did not hear a sink, so I don't think he washed his hands.
Hands are wet from the sink. Mama,
yeah, probably wet from something else.
A mama mentality.
But anyways,
mama mentality.
So, well, you ain't died on a helicopter yet, so
give it time. Give it time.
No, I gotta go Bucks. I just can't root for Memphis.
Yeah,
I can't with this whole Ja Morant stuff and the way that the NBA and that team
they're a hard
just
team
put it on. Like it's hard for me to even say that I want you to win or I think you're gonna win. Like it really pisses me off the way the NBA handled this situation. And so anytime you're going to ask me about Memphis or anybody else, I'm probably going to take the other team just out of spite. But I do think that Giannis probably plays. And I think they're going to get the W.
All right. Moving into Friday at 10 o'clock, we have the Warriors at the Kings. Let's start with G-Money. What do you like here?
Well, we got to know what's we're about to hear about this.
Normally, I bring up the Warriors road record, which is 9-30 now.
He said
but
normally. He just did it again.
At this point, Golden State really needs to win this game. They really do. And
you are not picking Golden State.
Sacramento has no defense. They have no defense. They're the number 1 scoring team in the league, and they're the number 1. They give up the most points in the league. I'm going to go with Golden State on this one. I think they need it more than the Kings do, and I think they pull it out. I think someone other than Steph Curry scores 40 points, whether it be Clay or Poole, but I think one of those goes off, along with Steph hitting like 30.
That is shocking. This man has not picked the Warriors on the road all year. He has reminded us of this stat. And he was right.
Yeah.
This last week.
Yes, he normally is. Even with all that being said, give me the Kings at home.
I mean, okay, we do say that G Money's normally right, but he does have the. He's only +9.
Right. Yeah, I mean, speaking of safe bets,
I'm legitimately shocked over the fact that he took Golden State.
Yes,
G Money, you are. First of all, can you get in frame a little bit, G Money? Can you? There you go. I couldn't see your face.
I was chilling back there.
That man was off camera. He was like, I made my pick, bitches. No, that was actually really surprising.
Yeah. I'm sticking with the safe bets, man. I mean, Milwaukee, like I said, they've been just a safe pick all year. The other safe pick, I think the next one has to be any team that's at home against the Warriors. So I'm going to stick with that. Give me the Kings at home.
You see who I had picked here?
Yes.
See that? Okay. There's only one man that's been right about Golden State all year, and that's G Money.
Right.
I originally had Sacramento, but when G Money is willing to bypass the losing record that they have, what 9-30?
Yep.
Just playing dirty.
9-30.
Just 9 and dirty, being dirty. That's what they are. Goddamn, I got to take Golden State on that.
Okay.
I think he's right. They don't play defense.
That's
god awful defense.
They are. They're
worst. I don't know how they're.
I know.
Jesus.
That just shows how good they are on offense.
Take the wheel.
Shaq.
I was also picking Golden State, so that may or may not have fucked over.
This man just Jesus.
People.
I kind of feel like Shaq's drank a little bit too much Mexican soda. Look at his eye. Can't even keep his eyes fucking open.
See,
this is Nestor, what
He's a black Chinese man over
I
here.
try to make sure all of Nessa's girls hear me properly.
Yeah, oh, they hear you. They hear you.
You have a Espanol message for?
No.
Do it.
Make sure you feel the Lord the Petro. So we.
No,
Jesus.
I don't know what any of that means. But Nestor, go ahead.
Nestor.
Whatever team he says first, he's going opposite. That's what happens.
I don't trust Sacramento.
So he's going with Sacramento.
I'm telling you,
Sacramento.
that defense is trash. They're not as good as people think they are. Give me Sacramento.
This man, he's fucking crazy.
Gotta love it. All
I
right.
don't trust him, but I'm taking him.
Another Friday night game. Another mystery one here. Suns at the Lakers. I did not intentionally put the Suns in here twice. I didn't even notice that until just now. But on paper, this seems like a really good game. So I decided just to go with this for the shits and giggles. Assuming everyone is playing, which it's probably not going to happen.
Everyone's playing now and they're still losing by about 20. So we.
Well, I mean, Maryland KD too. You don't know what KD's gonna do with Maryland.
I mean, yeah, it's a few days from now. So this on paper should be a very good game. Two hot teams.
Anybody else not think Kendrick Perkins shouldn't be wearing gray?
I've been thinking about every but Perkins on the show.
Shaq's thinking about the person to his left. So if we have all of these stars on the court between Durant, LeBron, AD, Devin Booker.
Damn.
We were talking about the NBA players, not the analysts.
I mean, they're all NBA.
He wants to sleep in the end. I don't know.
Okay.
Sleep. They ain't sleeping.
No.
I'm picking the Suns, by the way.
I walked into that. I led us there. That was unfortunate. I should have known better. So you're taking the Suns.
I just feel like if there's any team that's going to rest some folks, it's going to be the Lakers. The Phoenix Suns, I feel like they feel like they want to keep the momentum alive.
Yeah. You see who I had there?
Oh, okay. Yes.
Yeah. Not going there. I'm taking Phoenix. Just by the way that they looking playing against the Clip City, No Chip City.
Yeah.
Right now, looking like a bunch of freaking bums.
It's pretty
I mean, Phoenix is more talented than that bag of ass that Clip City has out there. So I'm gonna go ahead and take Phoenix.
All right. Let's go ahead with Shaq.
I'm going to give me Phoenix. Y'all were on the Lakers bandwagon early on in the show.
This man been on the bandwagon the whole goddamn time.
Yes.
What are we talking about?
Why are we on the bandwagon?
Y'all give me shit earlier. Y'all give me shit earlier.
Because you were picking the Lakers.
Yeah, early on. Now I ain't about it. Now y'all about it. So I was like,
They're
No, we're not.
The Lakers right now are playing good basketball.
However, not. They lose by 20 points going into halftime.
You know what I'm talking about. They're about to play a superior team.
They're making the other team look superior now.
They're playing another superior team.
Exactly.
The Clippers are above them in the
Exactly. They're about to lose this next game too. So let's go ahead and go give me that.
So you're picking the Suns.
Yes.
We're all picking the same fucking
This
team.
man.
Nestor. Why are we on
I don't know.
Thursday?
Thursday, Phoenix is playing the Nuggets. And I think it's gonna be like it's not gonna be a tough game per se, but it's gonna be like a exhausting game for them. Give me the Phoenix Suns. Sorry, Phoenix Suns.
This man, G Money.
No wonder you got confused.
G Money, go ahead.
Yeah, my thought was that come Friday, the Lakers will be resting AD and LeBron, basically because they want to give him a little bit of rest before they go into the playoffs. But the Phoenix would still play KD, Booker.
We can't see you.
Maybe Chris Paul, but maybe they rest him because he's super old. He's like my age. Moving. I'm going Phoenix.
God damn it.
But
going Phoenix. We're all going Phoenix.
G Money treats is like a hostage video.
We're moving the slide on where G Money wants to rest his head right now on the couch, just to get his head in frame.
Let my
So
man
just have
chill.
like this on a stick.
Let him-
Just move
it's
it with
been
me
a
when I
long
move.
day.
And for some reason, he thinks it's me whose head is always on frame. no matter
Yeah,
where
he's
I
not
rest
you. Ain't nobody got a headlight shot.
No. As far as NBA picks go,
Just like,
It's like Shaq's on his own side of the table.
man, wait till Nestor.
He
eventually
literally killed a plant behind him. Like that.
I'm sorry. Nestor,
that much light.
In 6 years, when Nestor finally returns back to the country, I will absolutely have to share the side of the table. Other than that,
Yeah, it's gonna be a minute.
So as far
Man,
as our
trying to decide
NBA
which
picks
sister
go,
he wants
we have Shaq taking the Heat, everybody else taking the Sixers. We have all of us taking the Suns in both games.
did Nestor not take the heat?
He did not.
No.
Oh, you piece of shit.
You've had headphones on the entire time. How did you not know that happened?
I just assumed that he took the heat because he being a
This
team.
man just tuned you out. Okay, so now we got one more pick. We're gonna do the
Yes.
Masters.
We're gonna
But
do the Masters.
G Money, we got a little something different we're doing with the Masters on this. Okay. So if you need a second to figure out who you're gonna take, we'll go ahead and pick you last. Nestor, we're gonna pick you first. Don't worry about it. So we're going to do like who like you think is going to win it. Okay.
Okay.
And if that person wins, then you get a point. But then we're
Okay.
allowing people to pick a dark horse.
Oh,
Okay.
I already done that.
And then, then go ahead and pick somebody else that maybe you think is going to win it. Because if you pick a dark horse, anyone over 3,000 to 1 odds, and they win it, you get 2 points. So you get 2 picks. You can pick one that you think is actually going to win, or you can pick your dark horse, unless you just have the same pick for both.
Which in that case,
No. I have my pick for the Masters,
Okay.
and I had a dark horse pick.
There
Who
you go.
If I'm gambling, I'm putting more money obviously on the one I think's going to win, but
there you go.
I'll throw down an extra 20 on my dark horse
That's
just
why
to
he's
see,
fucking
because if it does win, I'm going to pay.
That's why it's G Money.
That's why it's. Can I go first? I really want to go first. All right.
Yes.
My main pick here, I'm going with Xander Schaufield to win the Masters.
Okay, damn.
I think the trend of these first-time winners is going to continue that we've seen this past few years. He's been on a hot streak since the last Masters. He won the Travelers Championship last summer. He won the Scottish Open. I think that he is going to come into this weather strange Masters that we're gonna
It's gonna
have
be a weird
here.
Masters.
And this is putting a bit of parity into the game here. So I think that he's going to excel and win the whole damn thing. My dark horse pick, by the way, the odds on him are plus 2,200. My dark horse here, though, is Min Woo Lee.
Min Woo Lee, baby.
6,600 odds are his chances. He tied 14th at the Masters last year, tied 6th at the Players' Championship. I think that since then, he's improved his game a bit. If he wins the whole thing, I would be shocked, but I would be pleasantly shocked.
He has better odds than Tiger Woods.
Yes, he does.
To win the Masters.
Yes, he does.
That's Min Woo Lee. Book it.
Folks, the Japanese won the baseball classic.
I mean, I think that when they named him, they had a window open and there was a gust of wind. Never mind. All right, so my people. So I'm going with Cameron Smith.
Yes,
is my favorite. 2,200 odds. I'm doing it for a couple of reasons. One, I like anarchy. I want somebody from the Live Tour to win the Masters. I'm rooting for it. I want it to happen. I think it'd be great for golf.
Yes.
I just, because you have so many PGA Tour winners, they would have to clap and cheer for a Live Tour member. And you want to know who wouldn't be clapping? Roy McIlroy, because he hasn't won one yet. But all of the other PGA Tour members would be. So I'm rooting for Cameron Smith, also because he just looks cool. We need more people like that man with the porn stash and the mullet.
Yes.
Like, we need more Australian people. My dark horse. Yours is 6,500, right? 66. Okay, so mine is tied 6,600.
Okay.
But because I love anarchy and I want to live to win something. I just have this image in my mind of all 18 Live Tour players like just going ape shit if one of them wins the Masters together. I'm going Brooks Koepka is my dark horse. He's 6,600.
Okay.
He won his last event in the Live Tour, shorts and all. So I'm going for Bucky Brooks. Koepka. That's what we're doing. Let's go. I love turmoil.
I see. Could you imagine a Live player and they have to put that damn jacket onto them?
And a PGA player putting it on him. Oh my God.
Goodness.
I live for it.
Amazing.
I want it. I just wish that Rory had won it last year, so he had to put the green jacket on one of these people.
But
Rory's not good enough to win at the Masters. That's the only one he needs for the Grand Slam. Is the Masters.
Right. Yeah.
I actually want him to win it at some point, just not this year.
Just not this year.
Just not this year.
Absolutely. Shaq.
So hard pick for me, seeing as I'm probably the only person who doesn't watch golf like that to really be paying attention to what's going on in the process. But I try my best to. There's a wonderful gentleman known as Sergio Garcia. I'm gonna go ahead.
Is that your dark horse?
Or this is your main pick or your dark?
I'm gonna go with main pick.
Okay, so Shaq's doing two dark horses.
Two dark horses.
Who's your other one?
We just what I intro this as in. What I just intro this.
This man got El Nino. Is his main pick.
She's been drinking the Modelo, speaking Spanish now.
Oh yeah. So
you're gonna do real well down in Columbia, Shaq.
So who's the dark horse?
It's a Sam Burns down here.
Sam Burns.
Yeah.
Sam Burns. Who's that?
What are the odds on that one?
If it ain't a dark horse, is it really a dark horse?
We don't know who he is.
My golf experience, me personally, is Top Golf and Putt Putt. So as you can see, these are it's my realm of
PGA.
Hold on. I'm going to find Sam Burns here.
26.
Nestor, go ahead.
Just happened.
Shaq just shat on us.
Wait, did you say Burns?
Yeah, yep.
I don't see him.
Jesus Christ.
I pulled him up right here.
I want to.
Does he have?
You know what?
Oh yeah. Oh, plus. Okay, he's. Oh, plus 3,500. He's right under
What did you say? You said it. What's the line at?
3,500 for Sam Burns. Now, who was your first one? El Nino.
Sergio Garcia. It's plus 15.
Is it Sergio?
Okay. So his main pick was plus 15,000. But his dark horse is plus 3,500. This man doing shit backward. You're like a Chinese weather balloon lost over the states. This cannot be real.
Oh my God.
I love it. I'm here for all of this.
Oh
my
that's-
God.
That's the best part for me. If I can just go ahead and fuck up the whole
That was
entire
a typo.
like if I could fuck it all up, I would be that person.
Watch. If Sergio wins, he deserves like 5 points.
Jump off the Skyway Bridge.
Oh yeah, the gap between me and you will widen.
15,000.
If Sergio wins, I'll be pissed I didn't bet any money on him.
Yeah, Jesus. No.
Oh my God,
Sorry.
that's crazy.
Nestor, what was your pick?
Wait.
I got Gotti Scheffler as
It's
that number 1 pick, and then I got
Tiger Woods.
man, I would pick Tiger Woods.
No,
but
stop
Siwoo Kim is Japanese, so give me Siwoo Kim.
Hey, I would just like to point out that if Sergio wins, Shaq only gets 1 point because that was his main pick.
I feel like I should.
I would
get
just like to point that
on
out.
top of that.
I mean,
I would just like to
Don't
point
do
out that the main pick gets 1 point, the dark horse gets 2. This man picked a 3,500 for a dark horse and 15,000.
It's not about me. It's not about me.
It's not about Sergio Garcia
Exactly.
and
This man went
what's his
El
name?
Nino.
Sam Burns.
Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold.
Sam
Sam
Smith.
Darnold and El Nino.
He said Sam Burns, not Sam Smith.
Sam Smith.
Okay, this man cannot drink Mexican beer, Mexican soda ever again. This is ridiculous.
All right.
All right, G-Money.
Bring us home.
That's the
Please.
last place.
Okay, so I'm going with my boy,
Okay.
who I picked to win the Players, and he did. That would be Scotty Scheffler,
Oh,
who,
he's
by the
going
way, when he
Scheffler.
wins, he will be the 4th
You
player
think he's going to go back to back?
to win back-to-back
Okay,
Masters.
sir.
Okay.
Can you name them? Can you name the other 3? 2 of them are easier than shit.
Well, I think Jack Nicholson. No?
That was easy. It was Jack
Okay.
Nicholas, but Nicholson
Yeah,
was
Nicholson,
the actor,
whatever.
but
Uh,
it's easy
I
to get
would've
them
said the same.
confused.
Let's go. Did Arnold Palmer win it back to back?
Is that a question? Are you answering my question with
I'm
a question?
answering your goddamn
Good, I'm
question.
not gonna
Yes, he
answer the
did.
Question.
He did. He went back to back.
Are you is that your final answer?
Yes.
Yeah, you're wrong. Sit your ass down.
God damn. Okay. Did Nick Faldo win it back to back?
You're asking me questions again. Like I don't know.
I
Someone
don't
asked
know.
you.
Like
because
Jesus
you know.
Christ, did he?
Okay.
That's why they show
Jack
up around.
Nicklaus,
No.
Nick Faldo, and Tiger Woods. And I don't know
I
how
was
did he just say
right
Tiger
about Nick
Woods.
Faldo,
You did.
which was the one that you were going to think was hard. You thought that was going to be the one that was hard, and I named it, and he's giving me shit for it.
Yeah, there was some Faldo mention.
No, you ask it as a question because you weren't sure.
No,
there was no.
I said, did Nick Faldo win it 2 times?
Yeah.
And that was my answer.
He
Yeah, he
denounced
said-
it because you asked
It,
it.
was it Nick Faldo?
Yeah.
It's like
No, it was.
is
Hey,
that woman next to
hey.
your wife?
Give me the credit because you thought it was going to be Jack
There's
Nicklaus and
no
Tiger
credit.
Woods.
Hey, There's
I
no
called-
participation
I called
trophy in
Nick
this
Faldo.
game.
Well, I mean, talk to Joe
No
Biden. Apparently there
participation
is.
trophy in this game, my
Joe
friend.
Biden thinks there's all kinds of trophies.
That's on you now. Your mother could be upset at you. You brought that up.
Hey, you know, I'll put in a good
Shaq
word for
is
Joe Biden.
passing
She can
the
have you up at the
baton.
White House.
You brought it up. I didn't pass nothing. You picked it up.
Does Sergio Garcia get an invite to the White House?
No.
Yes.
That man ain't one shit.
This man represents his country.
Okay, and my long shot. My long shot is the
Who's
same
the
as yours, Jalen.
What is his show right now?
Oh, you go with Minwoo Lee.
It's Minwoo Lee.
Wow. Okay.
And it's I got my odds off of MGM. They had him at 150 to 1.
Jalen
So
feels
I want
like
to find
he
out where
knows
that
golf
6
now
where
because
that
you said that.
where those odds are. So you know,
When Min wins his
Min-
whole thing, I don't
Minwoo
give a
Lee.
shit.
Jalen feels like he's been accepted into the golf
Yes.
community because you just picked the same person as him.
Plus 6,600 odds.
He's like, you know what? Fuck the 124 I just shot the last time I played 18 holes in my 6 bush lights. I'm picking Minwoo Lee. I am a golf fanatic.
I thought that was a golf
Wait,
fire
you
and
guys,
bush lights.
you guys pick Whit Minwoo Lee, Siwoo Kim.
Mr. Chinatown himself.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Minwoo Kim said, fuck Minwoo Lee.
Minwoo Lee. We need to have an
The
AFR.
Minwoo Lee is
cousins.
Korean. Come on, guys.
They're all
Know
cousins.
your Asian names.
If we have a full 18-hole AFR golfing outing, oh my god.
I can barely get people to
That would
pronounce
be
my
fun.
name right.
We
much
should
less
do it.
Asian.
And I do think that I deserve a little bit more credit for saying Nick Faldo on the 2-time.
You threw it out there. You threw it out there.
I mean, come on.
But G-Money bullied you into not throwing it out there.
I know, right? God damn. I actually wasn't going
I
to
mean, I
say
could
Tiger
just go
Woods
like
because that
this.
was like the most obvious.
Right. Yeah.
The Tiger Woods was like the most obvious, so that's why I went Arnold Palmer.
I thought it was
I-
a fairly good pick.
Because I was like, I knew it wasn't Gary Player, and I was like, God, like everybody has won it. I was like, damn.
Well, folks, you have your picks for this.
There we go.
And most of them not good.
This man, like, Nestor's over here hearing names for the very first time. He's like, who the hell's Arnold Palmer and Jack Nicklaus?
No, it's just
And
Minwoo
Nick
Lee.
Faldo. He was like, and it's the Sir Nick Faldo. It's Sir Nick Faldo. He has been knighted.
What are we talking about?
He is. He's been knighted.
I'm sure he has.
He is Sir Nick Faldo. Is he not, G Money? He is Sir Nick Faldo. Correct? He was knighted by Queen Elizabeth. He is Sir Nick
Which we
Faldo.
all know got all the power.
No,
I mean,
Shaq.
that was as she was getting older and going through dementia. I mean, she knighted Elton John.
God damn.
Our leader's going through dementia, so what does that mean?
No, stop it.
Won't mention any other names.
Well, no. He clearly mentioned Joe.
No, it could be our leader of AFR. Could be our leader of AFR.
Jalen got dementia?
We don't know that. It could be. Could be.
He said we like the collective hive brain over here.
I mean, we got high brain
Being
because of the
weak.
show. Mind you, the show in theory could have ended like
All right.
10
My
minutes
head-
ago, but here
My
we
head
are.
still hurts trying to think of the difference between what G Money and Jalen's sleeper picks were compared to my sleeper pick. What's the difference?
They're different names.
let me hit you with this. Nestor sleeper.
Siwoo Lim and Siwoo Kim.
What's the difference?
Nestor sleeper pick is Siwoo Kim. Ours is Minwoo.
I have a migraine.
He's trying to
I
say
have a fucking
Minwoo
migraine.
Lee. They're not even. There's not even a Kim in your pick.
Oh my god.
Like, goddamn, people. That's like someone being named Shaq and Sham. Like, I don't. Sham Wow,
What's the
Shaq
difference?
Wow.
I
don't.
You know what? I picked Siwoo Kim. That's all I know.
The The fact that Nestor's been brain busting his ass over this for the last 20 minutes while we've just been talking nonsense.
Wait,
He's still just, it's the same person. We're just throwing a K in there. Jesus Christ.
All I know is Pixie will limb.
This is Kim.
Right.
Kim. You just said
Yeah,
limb. It's Kim.
Hey, man, there's a
Jesus,
lot of,
can this show try to sound more racist?
And we are one of the most diverse shows known to mankind.
Are we though?
I mean,
yeah, we are because we got
two African Americans, two.
Okay, we got two black people. We got I don't
Got an
actually,
old white guy.
I don't. Well, wait, no, hold on. We have an American white guy. We have an English white man who was also a U.S. Marine.
There we go.
So that is something. And then I don't know what.
I would say I don't even know if Nessa's allowed back in the States.
I don't. I honestly don't know.
A Colombian
Hey,
citizen.
these days, I'm a lot more Colombian than anything else.
This man don't have his papers anymore. Okay.
I mean, listen, you don't get to name your ethnicity based on how much you're penetrating your ethnicity.
I was about to say if you dig it,
I
feel there's a quote. If you dicked out more than 5 people in you might as well take part.
This man's like, I'm Colombian.
We have a PlayStation player.
I feel like my heritage has changed.
If you got your teeth cleaned more than 5 times in that place, you might as well get.
You live there.
Yeah,
I feel like Shaq brings up the dentist
Every 5
more than
minutes.
any. I think he's jealous.
I love
My dentist ain't doing that.
My dentist.
I kind of feel like Nestor is Caitlin Clark and Shaq is Angel Reese, and he's just jealous.
All my dentists have been like 65
Over the
years old.
right.
65, and this man talking about me about some dental titties, and I was like, you know what? I'm very upset with the treatment that I've got.
I don't even know what he's talking about right now.
The show.
You know what?
We should probably
Go see what's Sim.
Seafood.
I'm about to go get my shit
Kim.
kicked. I'm about to go get my
God
teeth kicked
damn
in by
it.
Columbia.
This man's picking people that can't even pronounce the name.
We will see you all next week after Minwoo Lee wins this whole thing. Happy Easter. And that's about it.
Yep.
Yeah, look, if you're watching the show, ain't nothing happy going on. So, but yes, happy Easter.
I mean, I'm happy. I don't know about you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.